Good morning, my viewers. This is Outstanding Academia. This is where we reveal the secret behind mathematics, where we unlearn, relearn, and learn new things about mathematics and different methods on how to solve a particular question or series of topic. I will advise you relax, watch more of our video, try to subscribe as well. Thank you. I'll be talking about exponential equation and how to solve series of exponential equation. If you can check my videos on exponential equation proper. Now we are dealing with advanced exponential equation. Now the difference between an advanced exponential equation and exponential equation is this. Now if you check here, we employed we integrate fraction. Now this simply means that when you solve this, you are going to arrive at 17 as saying that the left hand side corresponds with the right hand side. So let's solve this question. Now note that AXY is the same thing as saying what AYXY. This will be guiding us in solving this question. Okay, let's solve. We can change this as saying 2 raised to power 3 x minus 2 raised to power what this over equals to 17. This will give us 2 raised to power 2 x minus 2x. Now we can equally have 2 raised to power 3x from here. Then this will give us minus 2x over 2x minus what? 2x equals to 17. Here we are going to what? We are going to factor out the common terms. Now I'm going to factor what is common here. If you check very well, it's called that we have 2x. We will have 2x. We can bring out 2x. Remember, this simply means that 2x into 3 places. 2x, 2x, 2x into 3 places. So now this is 2 into 1 places. This is 2x into 2 places. This is 2x into 1 places. So for me to factor out, now what is common here? We have 2x. So we have 2 raised to power 2x, because when you add the power, it will give us this minus 1 equals to 17. So we can equally do the same thing. We factor out 2x. When you factor out, you have 2x minus 1. But when you times this, you get this. When you times, you get this. So at this junction, we can equally what? Factor out. We can equally factor out. So here now we have 2x raised to power 2 raised to power 2x minus 1. 2 raised to power 2x minus 1. So we're going to apply, at this junction, we're going to apply difference of 2 square. We are going to apply the difference of 2 square. I would advise you subscribe to our YouTube channel, share, likes, and comment as well. Our advice when solving issues like this, you don't use calculator. The reason of doing that is to increase our thinking faculty, our horizon, so that we have in-depth knowledge of mathematics. So let's write on. So now we have this is difference of 2 square. Note that 2 raised to power 2x is same thing as saying what? 2x square. That is saying x y is equals to what? Ay square. Ay raised to power what? X. Just like what I explained before now, that this will be guiding us in solving this. So this is difference of 2 square, because when you have 4 raised to power 1 raised to power 4, it still gives us 1. So here, this is difference of 2 square. So now what we are going to do, we are going to say 2x square minus 1 over 2x minus 1. So this is difference of 2 square. So let me clean this side off. Okay, we'll be having 2x minus, that is 1, 2x plus 1, okay, equals to 17, sorry, equals to 17, 2x minus 1. Now, if you add this thing together, you get this. If you add this thing together, you get this. So we are going to, factor out. That is, this is called difference of 2 square. Difference of 2 square. So we are having 2 raised to the power x plus 1 equals to what? 17. So when you cross this over, you are left with 2 raised to the power x equals to 17 minus 1. This is 2 raised to the power x equals to what? 16. Now we are looking for a number that when we raise it, it will give us what? 16. So we are using, if you say 4 times 2, yes, we're looking, the base should always be equal to this at this when you are equating. So we are saying 2 raised to the power 4. 2 raised to the power 4 is 16. So we're having 2 raised to the power what? X equals to 2 raised to the power 4. Since the bases are what? Equal, hence the products, the exponents or powers are what? Equal. So we are left with what? X equals to what? 4. This is the value of what? Our answer, and this is the value of x. Now for me to check if what we have solved is actually what correct, because one of the principles or canons of exponential is that the left hand side must always correspond with the right hand side. So we are going to check if what we solve is actually what correct. So let's check to see if what we solve is actually what correct. So we have checking. So we have 8x minus 2 raised to the power x over 4 raised to the power x minus 2 raised to the power x equals to, is it equals to 17? And this is the argument. The argument here is that the simplification of the left hand side, does it gives the real value, which is 17, which is just a single word number, which is 17. That when you simplify this expression, does it equate the right hand side, which is 17? So when we solve and we are unable to obtain 17, that means it is what? It is what? Void. It is not correct. So let's solve this. Okay, let's continue. Now let's substitute the value of x equals to the value of this into this. So we have 8 raised to the power 4 minus 2 raised to the power 4 over 4 raised to the power 4 minus 2 raised to the power 4. Is it equals to what? 17. And this is the argument that when you solve this, I'm going to obtain this as well. Let's proceed. Okay, now at this junction, many of us will be saying, if we should start saying 4 times 4 times 4 times, so yes, you might actually get it right, but due to time factor, I want us to use one of the simplest way, which is known as reduction word method. We are going to reduce this to the simplest word form. And how can you do that? Because of the introduction of word minus, we are going to factorize. We are going to factorize here. So now for me to do this, we are going to apply Also the law of indices when you are working with powers, because you can't solve powers without introducing or integrating indices. Okay, now if you're saying 8 times 8 times 8 times 8, you might get the first one correct, which is 8 times 8 is 64. But what about 64 times what? 8? You might want to use calculator. Well, I advise us not to do that, because mathematics is all about what? Thinking, and applying your thinking faculty into what? Into reality. Okay, let's solve this. We have this can be written as 2 raised to the power 3, 4, right? Minus 2 raised to the power what? 4, because this is more easier to dissolve, but this one is a little bit hard. So I want to use this. Is it equals to 17? That's the question. So we have 2 raised to the power 2. Okay. Then 4 minus 2 raised to the power 4. Now the argument here is that what we're going to do here, we'll be applying the law of indices here. We state that we'll be applying the law of indices. Note that a y over x is the same thing as saying what? Ax over y. Now we can interchange this by saying 2 raised to the power 4, you still get the same thing, equals to 3 minus 2 raised to the power what? 4, because this is more easier to dissolve. So this will give us this. Is it equals to 17? That is the argument. So we can equally have 2 raised to the power 4 over 2. Is this equals to 20? Okay, raised to the power 4. So now for you to do this, this will give us 16 open brackets. Okay, this will give us 16 raised to the power 3 minus 16. Yes, because you say this time this will give us this. This time you give us 16 raised to the power 3. Then this time this will give us this. Then this over 16 raised to the power 2 minus 16 equals to, is it equals to what? 17. I think we got how I got 16 over 3. So we proceed. Now if you check very well, what I want to do here, I'm going to factorize. Okay, we have 16. What is common here? 16 is here. I have 16 to the power 2 minus 1. Because if I times this is 1, is it equals to 17? That's the argument. Then I have, what is common here? I have 16 over 16 minus 1. That's his argument. So I can equally cancel this. So we have difference of 2 square here, just like what I did the other time. So we have 16 minus 1. 16 plus what? Plus 1. So this will give us 16 minus 1. So we can factor out. This will cancel this. So equals to what? Because is it equals to 17? This is the argument. Is this equals to 17? This is the difference of 2 square. So at this junction, because it's more advisable you use your head to solve this. So we now have what? 16 plus 1. Is it equals to what? 17. So 17 equals to what? 17. Is equals to this. So the left hand side is equals to what? The right hand side. In solving the exponential equation, just to introduce more or throw more light, in solving exponential equation, it's more advisable you are familiar with these little canons and principles in mathematics. Without that, you start having issue with calculator, trying to think yourself out. Once you know those principles, and those principles help to govern the techniques in solving mathematics. Thank you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Outstanding Academia. This is where we rival the secrets. We make more issues that seem more difficult more easier. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment and like. Thank you, and watch more of our video. Bye bye.